The Supreme Court heard this ballot ban case over whether the insurrection is a reason to bar Trump from actually being able to be on ballots this November. It took place across the street at the Capitol, literally right across the street from the Supreme Court, which is a juxtaposition that we've discussed about this entire event, physically and symbolically. It's a building where a measure of justice is being sought for what occurred across the street. And it was notable during the oral arguments, Trump's lawyer actually had to acknowledge some of that. And while there are debates about what to call the insurrection, the lawyer went far, far further than his client, Donald Trump, in admitting the shameful, violent, criminal conduct of the Trump fans that day. This is new from today. Take a listen.
This was a riot. It was not an insurrection. The events were shameful, criminal, violent, all of those things, but it did not qualify as insurrection, as that term is used in Section 3.
You can hear that the lawyer was trying to draw a distinction for legal purposes, but that is a Trump lawyer now in 2024, in a time where there has been tremendous propaganda and lies trying to minimize what happened that day, because even conservatives, Republicans, and many independents are horrified by it. So they've tried to lie it out of existence. So this is new, and this is something that may cause friction on the Trump legal team with the client, but it's a Trump lawyer saying this was a shameful, criminal, violent act. And of course, everyone knows it related to what Trump, his client, discussed. Now, we've laid out the stakes for American democracy here tonight and the rule of law. Take a listen to this point.
The reason we're here is that President Trump tried to disenfranchise 80 million Americans who voted against him, and the Constitution doesn't require that he be given another chance.
That is the Colorado side. We talked about some of the problems they face, but you can hear the argument there that there is something bigger going on than just the legal debate over which state or which officer will decide this, that rather you got to deal with what happened on the 6th. You got to deal with it now. Now, Brett Kavanaugh, a Trump appointee, brought up what he views as a potential flaw, or at least a question, for the anti-Trump position here, arguing that, remember, whatever might come, Donald Trump could be convicted in more than one case. Donald Trump, as a legal matter, might end up incarcerated. But Kavanaugh noted he hasn't been charged with the federal crime of insurrection.
It's a federal criminal statute, and if you're convicted of that, you are, it says, shall be disqualified from holding any office. And so there is a federal statute on the books, but President Trump has not been charged with that.
Fact check, true. That was a point in court. And if you watch this program, we actually raised this with one of the plaintiffs, the Colorado elections official, the Secretary of State, because, as Kavanaugh just repeated, if you were actually convicted of insurrection, you wouldn't have any cases like this. You wouldn't have a question about which case decided it. A jury of your peers in the system would have convicted you, and you could not be on any ballot. Now, Trump faces over 90 counts in 4 cases. Colorado's lawyer stressing the unprecedented nature of this is that basically the court and the country should care more about all of that pile of evidence and the facts on the table, care more about that than what Colorado argued were legalistic concerns.
There's a reason Section 3 has been dormant for 150 years, and it's because we haven't seen anything like January 6th since Reconstruction. Insurrection against the Constitution is something extraordinary.
If you want to put it in a nutshell, many of the justices seem to be saying to Colorado through their lawyer, hey, what you're doing is unusual and extreme. And at bottom, one of the lawyer's better arguments, which may not have carried the day, but one of the better substantive arguments was, yeah, what Trump and his fans did was unusual and extreme. And this is the time to deal with it.